Alright guys, well, I'm back today with another high value and budget red dot that fits the RMR footprint. This is the new Foxarmy FXA12 Pro, and this one has a multi-reticle design with a 2 MOA dot and a 32 MOA circle. This is really cool because it combines a lot of different reticles, including the circle dot like we discussed, just the dot, or just the circle, depending on what you like, combined with a ton of other features like a 50,000 hour battery life, ultra bright dot, and actual audible and tactile clicks built into the adjustments, all for a very good price of sub $200. These generally sell for $179, but they've got a coupon code for 10% off specifically for my viewers. And then on top of that, it seems like right now, at least anyways, on the Amazon listing, they've got a clickable 10% off coupon code, dropping the price to about $143 with free Prime shipping. If you decide to purchase this at the end of the video, all the links and info as well as the code will be in the description below and ways to save money. These are affiliate links, so if you decide to purchase this and utilize that link, it helps out the channel at no extra cost to you, just brings you right to the sale page and gets you those discounts. Now, this is interesting because there's been a lot of budget red dots that I've been reviewing lately, but the reason why I decided to review this from Foxarmy is because this is the multi-reticle designed version. I like this because of a lot of other high value and budget red dots generally just utilize a dot and don't have the multi-reticle design. So to see one for sub 150 after all of my discounts and get that multi-reticle design with all the other features is incredibly nice. It mounted up rock solid, and inside the box it actually gives you an adapter to mount it to a pick rail and all of the screws, batteries, and tools you need. So it was super simple, and I love the fact that the optic included every single screw needed to mount right up. Now this is a Palmetto State Armory dagger, and if you're unfamiliar, the dagger is a high value lineup of Glock 19 clones from Palmetto State Armory. They've got some really affordable options as low as $300, complete with raised sights, threaded barrels, slide cuts, and optics cuts, and all of that information can be found on my campsite page. My campsite page is an aggregate site of all the best deals I find, so you'll definitely want to check that out and really dig in there if you want more information on how to put a setup like this together for sub 500. The other cool thing about the Foxarmy red dot is it utilizes a few other features that I really like. We already mentioned the fact that the adjustments are audible and tactile, so you can understand your actual clicks to help you sight it in better. It also has a lip in front of the lens, so if you are racking your slide off of the optic itself, you're not going to hit the lens, which protects it a little bit better. The other cool thing about this particular optic is the fact that it gets super bright down at the range. I mean, insanely bright down at the range. So it's got some really nice buttons that are very tactile and audible as well to adjust it, but I hate when I get a red dot that's not super bright because on a bright sunny day when you're taking it out to the range, it's just really hard to make out the reticle system. This one works out great. It also has a lock mode so you don't accidentally press the buttons, and when you depress both at the same time, it'll actually go from that circle dot to just the dot and just the circle. So there's a few different variations, which is hard to see on camera, but if you want a detailed overview of the reticle, you can check out that Amazon link in the description below, and Foxarmy does a really good job of detailing out all of the exact specs and features and how to utilize the optic. If you wanted to kind of compare it to other Foxarmy red dots, they also have a full selection there. So depending on what footprint you have on your platform, and if you have the RMR cut, this is a really good multi-reticle design. It held 0-100% with no issues whatsoever. It was very easy to acquire the dot. It's got a more narrow window than some of the other ones I've reviewed in the past, but because of that, it's kind of sleek and streamlined. A very subtle optic on the top, perfect for concealed carry or kind of duty carry. It works out great, and it also has that shake awake or automatic on feature when it senses motion, so that automatically turns off when it doesn't, saves battery life, and as soon as it senses motion, it's ready to go, which is perfect for like a duty grade or a carry optic, so you don't have to to fumble with buttons to turn it on. This one checks all of the boxes. Probably one of the only cons I can think of right now would be the fact that it is a little bit thick, but because of that, you have a top load battery design with a really nice kind of X marking there, which the tool in the box allows you to change out that battery without dismounting the optic. So it's kind of give and take, right? It's going to be a little bit thicker in the back, but you can still make out your iron sights. Let's turn this thing down. So you can still pick them up barely if something happens to the optic. So that's good. But because of the extra thickness, you do get that top load battery design, which I'd rather have the little extra thickness and a top load battery design than having to dismount the optic to replace the battery from the bottom. I also want to give a huge shout out to Nautilus Ammunition for helping support the channel by sending over ammo. These guys have a ton of really nice 124 grain stuff, and this packs a punch. If you needed something with a little extra oomph, definitely check this stuff out. I also have the code 704 Tactical to save you some money over there, and the info is also on the campsite page. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.